Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, Historical Immersion and Bohemia. So, in the last episode we have finished the war with the Ottomans, stealing one meager province from them, but also 1000 gold, which I consider a success. Plus we plundered a bit, not much, but a bit. And with this money in mind now we are going to build the customs house in Praha. I'm also interested in seeing if we could build something in Szczecin. We wanted to build the merchant guild here. That's gonna cost us a bit of money, which we don't have now. Our troops are still retreating to where they're supposed to go. Sending them there right now. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bump up the army maintenance so that our troops and armies get reinforced as they should. Because some of them still don't have full amounts of troops like Královské vojsko. I got rid of their funding while they were traveling because it did not make a whole lot of sense to, force them to do it. Oh, and also I discovered that Magyar Hadsereg has that platoon of fire musketeers that we recruited because we wanted to have the what's it called? The Swedish Guard in Praha. So I'm just gonna switch these troops with someone else. Let's get... anyone? No. Okay, these are all... so let's get Szczecin's troops sent to Pest. Kolosh, you can drill. And you guys lost a leader, unfortunately. Or I still can't do anything, so we'll have to... wait, no. We still have to recruit a new... neither can we. Okay, 15 army tradition is not bad though. We got quite a lot from that single instance. Papal consistor meets. Okay, appoint only the most selected men. Papal for the increased a bit. I still can't buy the copper though, which pisses me off. Lebus converted back to the reform. Yeah, the system with the minorities is really interesting. Like, you have minorities that grow and decrease, and you can't really get rid of them. You can only reconvert the province again, with the exception of sending out the peaceful heretics conversions, which remove the minorities themselves, which is what I've been doing for quite some time now. But yeah, it's interesting to see how they keep going back and forth. The provinces keep popping up. It's way more dynamic. I wonder if they're gonna do something more to that in the version of 3.0. Okay, Banat can be cored now, so let's do that. It's gonna take a while to make it a core, but we need to because the fort there is really lacking. Can you... yeah, you can pass between this province and Zeta. Okay, didn't check the whole Roman Empire. Okay, they would vote for me. They don't mind that I annexed someone. And how are we doing on the relations? News of Holy War. Okay. We can get one extra relation. So is there anyone who would be willing to become a vassal? How about you, Augsburg? You would. Yeah, theocracy. Okay, persecuting our faith. Wait, what? How could I persecute Catholic faith? You never did anything like that. Nuremberg. That one I would like. Bayreuth province. Okay, let's actually ally you and try to get you as a vassal. So Neumark has been converted. We're gonna go with Prignitz again. Not much I can do with that. Okay, Szczecin will be ready soon for the Merchant Guild, so I'm going to speed it up. And I guess I'll see you in a bit when I have something more to talk about. It's July 1697 and we can take rationalism. Rationalism. In the 17th century, the fields of mathematics and philosophy blended together to produce rationalism. In works such as Descartes' Meditation, philosophers espoused the idea that people had an innately rational nature with common knowledge that could be brought to the fore. In this way, they encouraged the use of reason alone to reveal the eternal truths of the universe. In the word of Descartes, cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. So we need at least 2 more technologies. The next one will come in 4 years, and the one after that probably will take the same time to unlock the next idea group. Again, I'm eyeballing the trade ideas because a crafty merchant, vengeful king would probably go with that. But if he dies, well, he would be around 40 at that time, and I think we might be able to see him live that long. Spalatro has just become our core province. Summer heat prolongs conclave? What the hell? According to rules brought in to encourage shorter conclaves, the cardinals were locked in the Vatican and given only the barest of food and water until they came to a decision, sometimes all because the Pope has died. I see. Let's burn a bit more influence. I did not realize that the new Pope hasn't been elected yet. Sometimes with the corpse of the former Pope lying in state next to them. This was not pleasant even under the best of circumstances, but during the blazing Italian summer it could be deadly to frail old men wearing heavy robes. Cardinals were known to suffer heat stroke during summer conclaves, and deaths were not unheard of. When things got particularly rough, the cardinals would occasionally vote to adjourn for the summer and return in the autumn. This was a breach of the rules, but understandable. We can wait a few more months to the popes. Force the cardinals back to work. Let's wait a few more months for the pope. That's funny. Okay, so the new province definitely needs a marketplace. Because it's gonna be, these are going to be the 2 port provinces for us. Oh, and Burgers got Spalatro, nice. Okay, where's the states? Here. So we got Spalatro under the control of the Burgers, Lebus is under the control of Burgers, Schönberg, Mainburg, and Praha. Okay, so we got 4 provinces now. Is it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 actually? Their influence is still only 1%, which kind of sucks. We can't really interact with them much, but it's kind of cool to see that. And yes, finally, we can have 100,000 troops, which I believe is the next military. Modernize the army. Artillery fraction at least 30%. I think there was a mission which was get 100,000 troops. Well, actually, no, let's get 2 more cannons. We get a lot of infantry. So 22,000, 8,000 cavalry, and 10,000 cannons. You guys have what? You guys got a fraction. Okay, so if I got you, and you a bit more cannons, we could fulfill that mission pretty easily. Have a 3-star general or admiral in command. Well, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. You guys suck so much. But it's because we didn't have any prolonged wars, honestly. I'm still considering attacking France, seeing how they do, but you're dragging too many enemies, and France has almost repaid its debt, which sucks. We missed our chance for this moment. The date is 11th of February 1699 and foreign quarter of Praha. Sure. And I just wanted to show you that Nuremberg is well on its way to being a vassal. We can improve the relations a bit, which will get them to 141, after which I think I can just influence them, which will give me another, what, 25? So we'll be on 168, and then sending a gift and maybe giving them some subsidies would probably work. The biggest issue is that they are Protestant, so they consider us a heretic neighbor. But we can deal with that. We can also purchase a new ability. Change rival, fort maintenance on border with rival. Actually, who's our rival? I think it's Ottomans and France, right? No, Ottomans and Aragon. It's actually not that bad. Harsh treatment cost. So let's get the protecting forts. I wonder what the difference is going to be. Fort maintenance 16.71. It's actually a difference. It's actually a difference. Especially, I think that I could now keep them up. And the game would not count it as anything. How's Nisa doing actually? Autonomy is 100%. What the hell? Base value, communication efficiency. How come Nisa's autonomy is now so high? Education level. Wasn't it way lower? I thought it was like 60. Why the hell is it so high now? Communication efficiency. Terrible communications. What the? Oh, probably because France got these provinces. Something happened. But shouldn't the port be able to, I don't know, get it like this? For example, we got 42 days in Dalmatia. Don't think it takes 40 days to sail around Italy. That's idiotic at best. Weird. Well, we're still going to keep that one. Okay, you guys can group. So now we got 40,000 in our main army. And I wanted to develop this province too. Cool, we can. This is with the trade wharf here. So we're building a trade dockland in Dalmatia, trade wharf in Spalatro. And I believe that we're building also a warehouse in Stettin, yes. I'd also developed München quite extensively, so now the local urban gravity is almost 50,000, while they have 36,000. I don't know, well, we can build a town hall here. I also invested a bit in Strupsko and in Pasov, two provinces of the Bohemian culture. Let's check the culture while we're speaking about it. Why is Bohemian? Let's go like this. So these are the accepted cultures of Bohemian. The green ones. The yellow ones are Slavic, which we respect. And the green one is Hungarian, and the red one is anything else. So you can see it's spreading. We also got Dolny Lužica here converted, which I really haven't invested in at all yet, so I should fix that. Cottbus still hasn't really converted. It's getting there. That's going to be one of the major cities that we're going to invest in later on. I probably should do that maybe even now. But yeah, Bohemian is way more expanded than it historically was. But not unfortunately, still Transylvanian Hunyad, Transylvanian, you are Shash. I don't even know this culture, Shash. It's a bit weird. Probably some variant of the Lower Hungarian, Slovenian, Croatian. I was kind of thinking of maybe going apeshit on Austria and allying them. they've reached their alliance limit, but eventually we could do that. Their trust is slowly moving up. I'd like to vassalize them, but they're an elector and so on, so we could only pretty much destroy and annex them. But as much as it sounds like fun, I don't think we have a real reason to do it at this point anyway, because they don't really hold any core provinces of ours. All of these are just Austrian, and we got what we wanted from them, which is Vienna, Dolní Rakousko and Horní Rakousko, so weird. Okay, before doing another skip, I wanted to show you the institution spread of the manufactories. It would cost us now nearly 6,000 to adopt, but you can see that it's spreading pretty rapidly, and if we wait a couple more years, we might have a big chance of taking it down to somewhere like 2,000, maybe even less. So that would be nice. So let's put something here, like the manufactory. Oh, which reminds me, a number of provinces have recently popped up which started producing stuff. So Praha is producing glassware, Hradec Čásovsko is producing luxury cloth. We got someone else was producing something. Where was it? Oh, Brněnsko is producing cloth, and I think that it was Zvolen or something. One more province, I believe, started producing something, but I might be mistaken. So it's really just... Oh, yes, Plzeňsko is producing one end. So these central provinces are heavily producing, which kind of makes me think that we might want to invest in them more, especially in, like, Plzeňsko, which doesn't even have a corporation guild. So building these 3 buildings there could be a valuable thing for us. And hey, new technology, permanent navy. Permanent navy. Despite all its wars, the king's ships were still assembled during times of war rather than held on duty all year round. As warships became more specialized and expensive, the navy became increasingly permanent until it was officially established as a permanent force. So max colonial range increased to 25, trade range to 80, naval morale increased by 0.5, but naval maintenance increased by 10%. And new ships for people which are not us. But man, could really start protecting the trade if I wanted to. How many ships could we get? 9. 9 sounds like a good idea. We could build 5 up in the north and 5 down south and let them protect trade, say in Hansa and somewhere else. But not before we... Well, actually, no. Of course we're gonna do that. We got a crafty merchant. Damn, why didn't I do that earlier? Won't the next technology give us 40? Yeah, we'll have to wait a long time. So let's build 2 ships here. And 2 here. And we'll have our first navy. Nice! I like that. I didn't realize that I could do that or should do that before. Well, it's January 1700 and a number of things have happened. So first of all, our cardinal in Praha has died. And we just got, or we lost a cardinal in Vienna as well. But now we have one in Somoť and Ostmark. So we have 3 actual cardinals right now. The new Pope control is Aragon, which was, understandable. I'm not investing anything in that right now. We have other fish to fry. Sweden. Workers demand higher salaries. I don't know what that means, but their yearly worker salary is increased. We got an event called Competing Colonial Powers. Colonization of the Caribbean has reached its peak, and the colonial powers are competing for trade opportunities and wealth. During this era, colonies tend to switch owners frequently, and all land is disputed. Okay. And unfortunately, the Enlightenment. The last century has seen rationalism and empiricism gaining an ever-increasing popularity among the great minds of the age. In letters, publications, or coffee houses, kings, scientists, philosophers, and literers Literators are discussing the merits of tolerance, the scientific method, and the spreading of Enlightenment ideals to all humanity. From universities or courts of enlightened monarchs, expeditions are being sent to measure, catalog, weigh, and map the world so that we can better understand the laws that govern the things around us. Others discuss the laws that govern society and try to reach an understanding of the rights of man. In Kambhat, a colossal undertaking has begun in the assembly of complete encyclopedia of all knowledge. The light of reason has now been lit, and many will not rest until it has been brought to all corners of the earth. Kambhat. This is another one of those where, unfortunately, the Enlightenment has started somewhere in India. Okay, I guess it makes sort of a sense, but... Great City Hall. World famous university. Well, I guess it's gonna spread. At least it's not gonna spread to us last, but to us and others last. Manufacturers still haven't really spread, so we're just gonna rake in more penalties. This is great. Let's look around the world and the technologies in a bit more of a view. So Bohemia is 44, 46, 46. Some have even 40. That's insane. Ottomans have 34, 48, 48. So they're slightly better than we are in military and diplo. Lack of officers. Shorten the training, increase recruitment. Shorten the training, yeah, sure. In Africa, of course, they're a bit behind. Zhou. Damn. China no longer has Ming again, it's Zhou. Confucian. Stevarada. Shamanist. Japan is a bit behind. Zhou Korea. How is Japan doing? Oh, well. Sort of unifying, but not too much. And down here it's actually pretty good. Maya and Aztec are the worst. So, yeah, pretty much, honestly, the only, place where we are lacking is in Central Asia and Africa. Other than that, kind of surprised though that it happened in here in Gujarat and not in China. Well, I guess they're tweaking it still. So as last thing in this episode before we do another one, I think we're gonna invest in Pozinsko and see the Merchant Guild built there. Szczecin is still constructing. You are constructing. So I don't really have that many places to build, but we could maybe look in Strupsko. Population here is really low. Pasov, however, could get development, so let's build a communal hall there. Okay, on that note, I'm ending the episode here and I'll see you in the next one.